This episode is brought to you by Relics Biotin. 10,000 milligrams is really good.
5, 4,
You are now listening
2,
to
1, 0.
Alright, hello and welcome to the next episode of Bearded Badness. And today here I am with my buddy Gaby, who is part of the Bearded Villains of Orlando. And today we're just going to be diving in a little bit more on the Bearded Badness story and most importantly getting into bearded business. So welcome my friend today and thank you for coming out on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Gaby, before we get a little bit into the bearded business.
Well, my name is Gaby. I'm 25 years old, about to be 26. I'm originally from Puerto Rico, but been here in Orlando most of my life. And yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
That's good. That's what's up. So, a little bit about into this movement, bearded villains. I'm sorry. Can you tell me a little bit more as far as with like behind this movement? What's the ultimate goal?
Well, Bearded Villains started out in California in 2014. They actually celebrated their 3-year anniversary yesterday. And it was started by a guy on Instagram named Von Na. And his view of bearded villains, his goal was to change the way that bearded people were seen. You know, traditionally, you could see a guy with a beard, you think they're not the nicest guy, they're not, a professional, stuff like that. And it aimed to show that we're actually the opposite. We can be bearded, we can be nice guys, and stuff like that. We can be out in the community doing good for the community.
Most definitely, yeah. Because honestly, I will say, like, I feel like there is kind of like a sort of positive and yet negative stigma with men who have beards, or at least with like big beards, because like you would tend to think like, oh, like that guy looks really tough, or he looks like like angry, and that's not really all the point, So it's just like it's kind of like it's kind of crazy, there's like a notion and kind of like stigma tied to it, but at the same time it's just hair, like it's just hair. It's like no different than like like whether you have like a ponytail or it's long or short, hair is just hair,
Yeah, so. And that's why the name fits so well. Bearded Villains, yet we're out in the community doing charity and doing walks, fundraising for different causes and stuff like that.
Right, and I like the idea that it's like the villain aspect is behind it because, like villains, you're like, oh, like bad guys and like the beardiness tied to it. So it's really cool, like how it has like that kind of ironic twist where it's like, no, we're not really, bad. We're just all helping out the community. Exactly. And that's the great thing, like we need like that more, especially because like nowadays, like with the community, it's like I would say things are like being done and it's like good, but at the same time it's like I feel like there needs to be more, and there's always more, always room for improvement. Definitely. So that's really good though. Definitely. Like I give you mad props for that.
Yeah, our 4 things are charity, brotherhood, respect, loyalty. So, or family member, one of those, like get them confused sometimes. But yeah, it's all it's all one huge family. I know there's people, different states, different countries that are bearded villains that, hey, I'm in town for a few days, let's meet up, let's go have a drink. And it's happening here too. I've met people from Puerto Rico, I've met people from Argentina, Canada, all over the world to bearded villains.
That's crazy. That's what's up. Yeah, and like honestly, I just learned this past weekend, like as I was looking on your page and your website, that at first I was thinking that Bearded Villains was just like based in Orlando, which I'm pretty sure it started originally, if not,
It started in California.
It started in California? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. So like it's just I thought it was like only based like in Orlando, but like after like seeing like your stuff in the Dominican and even like further out, I'm like that's really crazy how it's starting to move more and more out. So
we're worldwide right now. We have chapters all over Europe, all over South America, the U.S., Canada, everywhere.
That's crazy. That's good. That's really good. So let's get down into the bearded business though today. So my first question, a little bit. Tell me, why did you choose to grow out your beard, and tell me a little bit about your beard.
I've actually gone through cycles for my beard. This is like the second time that I grow it out. This time I grew it out because of Bearded Villains. But originally I had grown it out honestly out of pure laziness. I didn't want to shave. I just wanted something different. And my hair has always been my one thing that I can control. So it just said, you know what? I can grow it out. Nobody can tell me to shave. Let's go for it. But this time, when I really took it seriously, it was because of bearded villains. And to go into some details because of that, I was fundraising for a walk for spina bifida 2 years ago now, and I was on Instagram, and I realized that I followed a guy that had a beard, and he was fundraising for a little kid with spina bifida in Tampa.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know the kid, I didn't know anything, but I was like, hey, let me, hit him up, see if he's willing to help me fundraise for the walk in Orlando. I contacted him on Instagram. He's a great guy, and he's like, yeah, let me see what we can do. Let me talk to the guys in Tampa, and we'll see how we can help you. Long story short, 2 weeks later, I was in somewhere, I think it was Haines City, and I was together with them, brainstorming how we can fundraise for the Spina Bifida Association, and that's how it all took off.
That's good. That's crazy. Like, honestly, like, I will say, like, too, my beard, like, I kind of started my beard out of pure laziness. It's kind of the same thing because, like, at first, like, I always had, like, a beard and beard styles, but I never really thought, like, how long could it get, or my beard can get really long, like, I was on some, like, I really want a beard like Rick Ross. Like, that is the ultimate goal, to get a beard like Rick Ross. I think that's the most badass thing. But, like, I've been on that for the longest. But, like, I guess, like, actually, recently, last year, when I first came down here, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to give it a try. Just go with it, see how long it can get. And a year from now, I'm like, bam, now it's on some Mufasa.
That's what I did.
Kind of stuff.
An entire year, no shaving, no trim, nothing.
Yep, that's what it pretty much is, honestly. And then, like, I was always told, like, I guess growing up, too, like, like, if you, like, trim the edges, or, like, if you, like, were to, I guess, shape it up every now and then, it'll kind of, like, grow a little better, which it makes sense, because it's, like, the split ends and whatnot. Yeah. But, like, also, too, like, I just felt like as much as I kept doing that, like, either I'll mess up the beard, or, like, it'll kind of, like, clip it too wrong. So it's just like, I just kind of let it go a little bit. So, like, speaking of which, with biotin really helps with that. So, like, before I even get into my next question, guys, shout out to biotin. And biotin actually is a hair, skin, and nail growth support supplement. You can actually get it anywhere at CVS or your local pharmacy. It will probably cost you around maybe like $5 or $7, but they have different micrograms of like quantities you can take. The one that I would probably recommend, it would be the 10,000 mcg. So you can pick that up anywhere at your local pharmacy near you. All right, so diving into the next question. So tell me, what do you think about your beard? So, like, I know that a lot of people tend to talk about, like, their beard styles and their transitions. Like, do you have like a name for your beard or something about? Like, tell me a little bit more.
I don't really have a name for it. I never even thought about naming it. But I mean, my beard, it's my baby. I just maintain it as much as possible. I love this thing because, even if you trim a couple inches every once in a while, it's like a whole different look. And I get to say, okay, well, from now to 6 months, I'm not trimming anything. And that's what I usually do. I trim my beard every 6 months. But when I trim it, I trim like 2 or 3 inches off, and then just restart the growth, just to see, keep it fresh, keep it different. I've been thinking about doing beard styles once it's longer, like competition type of thing.
Ooh.
But I don't know the right products to use, so I've never been able to do it.
Right, yeah.
So it's all learning, It's a lot to learn about a beard. When I first grew it out, I just grew it out. I didn't know anything about beard oil, shampoo. I didn't know anything. So the farther you are along, the easier it gets.
Yeah, I agree. Like, honestly, I just kind of like jumped into this too, like not knowing like, what beard products to use and like what kind of procedures to go about it. Like, I just kind of thought, well, it's the same thing as my hair, so I might as well treat it as such. But really, that's not necessarily the case.
That's what I thought at first too, and it's definitely not the same.
Exactly. It's like the texture, like, the thickness, this is a lot different. So it's like its own different set of like default. It's kind of really crazy. So you would say, like, actually, like at this point, you would consider yourself more of like a long time beard grower, or occasional, or maybe even a little experimental?
No, right now I would say I'm a long time beard grower. I've had it for a few years now, whether it be, because I measure mine under the chin instead of under the lip, just because I don't grow hair to my lip line. So I've gotten it as far as 5.5 inches under the chin, and that took 2 years. So
that's what's up. So like, let me ask you, like, what kind of beard products do you use as far as like with your beard?
Right now, I'm using a beard oil, a beard wash, a beard balm, and I also have mustache waxes.
Oh wow, you have like pretty much the whole kit and everything.
Yeah, I have from different companies, different things. I use Bedlam beard oil. I use Pulpo beard oil, which is a really good product that I recommend to you. So it's a lot of different, because what works from one company will not work from another. Like I found companies that their oils I'm allergic to, but their balms I'm not, or vice versa. So I honestly just have a mix of different products.
Yeah, honestly, like I use a variety of products too. Like at this point, like I'm probably tied between, moisturizers to like vitamin supplements, all the way up until like a few oils here and there. I think the last oil that I used recently was Beard Czar, and they've been kind of advertising that a lot. I've been seeing usually on Twitter and on online, but it kind of comes with oil and then like 2 little bottle supplements. I've been kind of on the trial for about like a good 30 days up until the oil was gone. Still have the supplements, still kind of working, but I kind of figured that, like if I'm taking these pills, taking these supplements to kind of like boost, hair growth, which is great, ultimately, but like in the end, do I really see myself or see others, like my customers or just anyone in general, if I were to come out with like anything, like a product, like do I see them necessarily taking those supplements? No, not really, because it's like, with me, I'm just more concerned with, like with the FDA and the kind of like, like vitamins don't always sit right with people. And that's the kind of thing that kind of got me, was that like, I like it, don't get me wrong. Like it really, really helps. But like, I wouldn't say like, like it varies for most people depending on, like the hair growth genetics and stuff like that. So, but ultimately, yeah, it does really help as far as with like, skin, hair growth and everything. So it really does promote that. So
I've honestly never taken a supplement for my beard, just because my beard multiplies in days.
Right.
Like, so I mean, I get the nutrients and stuff that I need from the oil and the balm. But I mean, if I were to take a supplement, my beard would be, down to my knee in about 2 months.
Oh, wow.
It grows about, like, I would say it literally grows about an inch a month.
That's crazy. So right now, like, I know that we don't have any cameras, but like your beard looks like probably maybe about like, I don't know, what would you say, like 6 inches like long? Well, it's kind of roughed up, so it's like kind of,
it's roughed up, and like I said, I measured from the bottom of the chin.
Right, of course, like
so,
the chin too.
I would say that right now I'm actually at the minimum standard for bearded villains.
Oh wow.
Which is 1.5 inches under the chin.
That's crazy.
Yeah, or it's 4 centimeters for anybody doing metric. But yeah, that's our minimum.
Oh wow.
And it's because I just trimmed off 3 inches 2 days ago for a job interview.
Of course.
Which it was kind of an involuntary trim because I asked the barber to neaten it up, and I did have a lot of scraggly ends on the bottom, so he just took those off, and I lost about 2.5-3 inches.
Man.
But right now, I'd say that under the chin, I'm at an inch and a half.
That's good. So like, how do you measure your beard? Like, estimate? I know you can like probably eyeball it and probably be like, I think my hair is like this. But like, how do you like actually get like a precise like measurement? Like,
I just take a tape measure.
Oh really?
Yeah, just tape measure to the bottom of the chin and then just
go like,
yep.
That's crazy. That's smart, honestly. So, and that's crazy. I never knew there's really like a set minimum as far as with bearded villains.
Yeah, for bearded villains, you have to have at least 4 centimeters or an inch and a half.
That's what's up. Do I qualify? Look like I qualify.
You
Almost there?
I'm pretty sure you're, if not there, you're almost there.
Almost there? Yeah, almost there. I'm gonna let it grow out a little bit more long, but that's cool though. I like that. So I guess going into a little bit into my last few questions. Funny beard stories. Anything interesting about your beard?
Anything interesting? I have a part in my beard once it gets long. and I entered a beard competition in August, right? And I knew I had little chance of winning just because the beards there were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It was at the annual meet for bearded villains, and so a little bit before the meet, I went and I trimmed up my beard, made it look nice, and I got rid of the part because I wasn't a huge fan of it. So the competition comes, whatever, I compete, I lose, of course. The next day, I was talking to one of the judges, and just out of curiosity, I wanted to know what they look for. And he said that right now, one of the big things in competition is the beard part. So I lost like 2 inches, and I lost the beard part. And he tells me a few days later.
Oh no!
Yeah,
that one thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would have probably still lost, but just hearing that the beard part is in now, and I got rid of it, it was pretty disappointing. Funny beard stories. I don't really know I have any. I find it humorous how my beard grows so fast. In Bearded Villains Orlando, there's always a joke whenever I trim. They'll be like, "Oh, it's alright, it'll be back in a month." It literally just grows that fast. So.
Yeah, honestly, like hair growth, like it's mine. I would say mine pretty grows fast too at this point. Even without the biotin and without everything else, I would say like it grows pretty fair because like at this point I haven't really, the last touch up I did on mine was probably like the day before yesterday, and I just lined it up really, and I think it's starting to kind of grow back a little bit.
Yeah.
But like yeah, like it's crazy like how hair growth works like that quick overnight, or just that quick like just in general, and it all like I guess like of course it's genetic and everything, but just like the way like how it's just you shave it up, it goes back quicker, and on top of it, it's just thicker and everything, so it's kind of crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have so far. Do you have like anything else you wanna dive into, talk about, or shout out anyone?
Shout out to Bearded Villains. They're pretty much the reason why I have my beard again now. I'm part of the Orlando chapter, and like I said, we're worldwide, so anywhere that your viewers are, or your listeners are, there's probably a chapter near them.
And where can they be able to find you or contact Bearded Villains?
For me, I don't do Twitter, but I have Instagram. It's bearded_biff, BIF. And then our chapter page is beardedvillains_Orlando. And then there you can find the information to contact our captain, or even me. I'm a lieutenant for Bearded Villains Orlando. We have chapters in Miami, Tampa, around Ocala, Jacksonville. So I mean, if you want to get more information, beardedvillains_Orlando on Instagram, or beardedvillains.com for the actual page.
Still need to get a t-shirt, by the way. I still need to get one because I was checking out. I'm like, I need to get that t-shirt still.
There's a lot of nice merchandise there.
Yeah, I love it. Honestly, in the website, it's just really nice. Branding wise, it's just like, it's just really nice. That's what like. I'm really, like I said, I'm really glad to have you out there here today, because honestly, like this podcast, like without any of the inspiration or with any of all this, I would not say like if I have not met you, I would not say like I probably wouldn't have done this podcast, or if not like started out. So that, my friend, being said, I want to thank you for coming out today.
No problem.
Thank you, Bearded Villains, you guys, Gabby, and like again, this episode is sponsored by Biotin, and we're giving a huge shout out to Bearded Villains today, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. And this is episode 2, Bearded Badness, and we're going to get more into bearded business later this week. Take care, guys. You have a good one.